Hello, Thaddeus. In the past few weeks, we've been talking about becoming a better person, doing various educational bits, and doing a lot of self-actualization. I'm going to combo breaker that with something else. So, a couple of weeks back, I was helping Kate develop a Sex Friends Manifesto. You might remember her as the getaway driver for when you nerf murdered your then-girlfriend, now wife. The one thing we discovered, though, in the process of this, is that end-user license agreements, those things you just click accept to and then never read, are a lot more entertaining if you read them as if they were about sex. So let's bring the mood down a bit. Turn the lights down, light the candles, and establish a little mood music. Let's do this. The products transacted through the service are licensed, not sold, to you, for use only under the terms of this license, unless a product is accompanied by a separate license agreement, in which case, the terms of that separate license agreement will govern, subject to your prior acceptance of that separate license agreement. The licensor, application provider, reserves all rights not expressly granted to you. The product that is subject to this license is referred to in this license as the licensed application. Part A, scope of the license. This license granted to you for the licensed application by application provider is limited to a non-transferable license to use the licensed application on any iPhone or iPod Touch that you own or control, and as permitted by the usage rules set forth in Section 9B of the App Store Terms and Conditions. The usage rules. This license does not allow you to use the license application on any iPod Touch or iPhone that you do not own or control, and you may not distribute or make the licensed application available over a network where it could be used by multiple devices at the same time. You may not rent, lease, lend, sell, redistribute, or sub-license the license application. You may not copy, except as expressly permitted by this license and the usage rules. Decompile, reverse engineer, disassemble, attempt to derive the source code of, modify, or create derivative works of the licensed application. Any updates or any part thereof, except as and only to the extent any foregoing restriction is prohibited by applicable law, or to the extent as may be permitted by the licensing terms governing use of any open source components included with the licensed application. Any attempt to do so is a violation of the rights of the application provider and its licensors. If you breach this restriction, you may be subject to prosecution and damages. The terms of the license will cover any upgrades provided by the application provider that replace and/or supplement the original product, unless such upgrade is accompanied by a separate license, in which case the terms of the license will govern. Part B, consent to use of data. You agree that application provider may collect and use technical data and related information, included but not limited to technical information about your device, systems and application software and peripherals, that is gathered periodically to facilitate the provision of software updates, product support, and other services to you, if any, related to the licensed application. Application provider may use this information as long as it is in a form that does not personally identify you, to improve its products or to provide services or technologies to you. Part C, termination. The license is effective until terminated by you or application provider. Your rights under this license will terminate automatically without notice from the application provider if you fail to comply with any terms of this license. Upon termination of the license, you shall cease all use of the licensed application and destroy all copies, full or partial, of the licensed application. Oh, and Thaddeus, 2 things before I go. 1, Hillary would like you to explain how time zones work. I assume for a very nefarious purpose. And 2, whenever you feel like criticizing anyone who told me, just remember that all the people in this world haven't had the advantages that you've had. Thaddeus, I will see you in the future. Hopefully, having had a haircut.